Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to make a belt. So we'll go over here and we'll get some leather. I keep my leather in here, right in there. And I think we'll use this piece. Looks pretty good. Bring her over here to the table. There we go. And let me open it up and we'll get ready to cut. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to cut a small slice off. See right here? We're going to slice it right in here. And, well, drop that. But anyhow, we're going to bring her on. See how we just slice that all along there. Bring that leather on up. Bring her on over here. Hope you can see it all right. There we go. So you can just see how that just glides. There's a razor blade in there. And we're just going to cut our 1-inch strap right here. And there we go. We got that done. Now we're going to take it over to the table and work on it over there. Let me get it right here. Come on, let's go on over to the table and get it set up here so you can see. There we go. Right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I find which end is the best. See? Now this one is the worst. This one's nice, clean, and tight. So I'm going to put my buckle on this end. That way, when I put my holes, this piece of leather will have the best strength at this end here. So, let's dress this all up. Let's see, I'm going to cut it. Let me get my tape measure here. Make sure. I'm going to make this. Let's see, if that'll fold back for my buckle right there. And we're going to make that'll be 1 inch. And we need 44 inches is what we're after. So, bring her on down. Let's see, 44, put about 1 inch on there. Right there is the 44 we're after. And then we'll put 2 more holes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. About a 5-inch tongue on this. So that'll be right there. Let me get a pencil. And I always mark the edge right there so I don't mark up the leather. There we go. So, yeah. Now we can put that aside. And then I also mark where I bent it, okay, right here. That way I know my one more inch. Remember how I did that? Okay, now let's cut it up and trim it. I like cutting the little edge off here. See the corners, I mean, like that. See? And let me bring it a little closer here. There we go. I'll bring her just, there you go. Now you can see a little bit better probably what I'm doing. And we'll get it right here. See, I cut the edge off here, right there and there. And that makes it a little nicer to trim up. Okay, now let's go to the other end. And remember I marked it. And I always use a compass here to find the center. You don't have to probably, but I do. It helps me it gets that little closer there for me. And there we go. I put a dot right there in the center. Then I'll put the point here, right there on that one. And then I'll look on each side, and right there. There. Trim that off there. And there. And then I like to trim it right here to make sure I don't have a point on that edge. There we go. Okay, lay that all aside. And we're done with that. Okay, now the next thing we do is, let me show you, I'll get rid of the cutting board here. Now we go to another tool, and it's right here. And I'm going to move the camera here again, and I have see right here, I'll take that and I'll drag that across, and that has stuff on it there that kind of polishes it up, see? Nice and shiny. Okay, let's go back over here. Hate to keep moving you around like that. I know it gives you a headache, but there we go. And then what we do right here in that corner, and you just want to round them corners off, see? And then you continue the whole thing. I always have trouble, it's curled, so it keeps going off my desk all the time. There we go. See? Yeah, make it go right along here. The top is usually not too hard to do. The bottom, it gets a little hard because they put a hardener on there in the back when they do at the tannery. There we go. That's that piece. Now I'll do this end here. Go around. See how I'm just going around, cutting through. There we go. Now, lay it down that way. And of course, do the same thing all over again. Good. And then we're going to do the back side too. We're going to do it. And like I said, it's a little tougher, the back side, but that's all right. If it gets really bad, I'll use one of my skivers there to do it. You put it on an angle and slide it along. But you got to be real careful with it that you don't, overcut, because if you do, it'll show. Okay, now I'll turn my corner here. There we go. Throw that in trash, and then of course we're going to do that back. Here's the end I was going to put the buckle, so it's softer. That's not too bad. Now I'm going to trim. Let me get over here in front of the camera. I always forget. There we go. Put that down. Now slide this. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'm going to cut it all right. I usually go like this so I don't jab my finger. And it isn't so bad that you jab your finger, but you got to be careful. You start bleeding this, it'll soak right into your leather. But anyhow, there we go. Get that. There we go. Hooked over here. There. Got to stay on that edge. If I don't stay on that edge, why? There. And then go nice around here. There we go. And in the trash, and turn our belt around. There we go. You get working with this leather, it's addictive. You get where you really enjoy. There we go. And this is a 1-inch belt that I'm making here. We're going to make it dark brown. How's that? Yeah. There we go. Now I can feel it getting softer right here, and that's really why you always pick that part for your buckle, because remember them holes, when you put your buckle through them holes, that's the stress right there in them holes that you really pull on when you snug your belt up. Okay, we got that. I'll come over here and I'm going to polish my tool again and put it up here. Okay, we got that all done. Now what we want to do is burnish it. So I'm going to stop the camera for a minute and then go over there and set it up. Okay, next what we're going to do, I told you I was going to do the edges, but I got to make me a keeper. And on all mine, I make the keepers by hand here. So let's see. I'm going to go right down here. Okay. Throw that away. There we go. And probably our keeper. This will probably be plenty of room right there. Throw that over there. Might want to make another one sometime. And then I usually skive the edges or the back too. Now I got to do this again. Got to round off them edges so it looks real nice, you know. All this makes a difference. There we go. And then let me skive, like I told you, I go right here. See? You just drag it back and it peels that off like there. And same thing here. There we go. Got her. Right there. Now we're going to do that edge on the back, see? And then when I go to smooth it out, ooh, it looks so nice. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now we got that piece done. Yeah. Okay. Hang up my ruler there. Alrighty. Take the board away. Now, what I'm going to do is shut the camera off a second. And what we'll do next is I'll get the dies and everything ready here and we'll go to that. Okay. Okay, now it's going to get a little noisy because I'm going to turn an air compressor on. But if you just, I want you to show you how, you know, I spray it and stuff. I always put in a little bit of alcohol in there to kind of run it through. Okay, now here comes the compressor, and it's very loud, so bear with me. I'll add a little bit of dark brown stain with the lid on. See? Right there. Okay, now over here you'll see me see if I can get over there. You know what? I'm going to have to move the camera though. I'll bring it over here. Is that a better shot there? Let me see. Yeah. That way you'll watch me spray right here. See it? You see? I'll spray that. Get a nice dark brown. There we go. And lay that down. Then here's our belt. Now I got to stand up to the thing. The next thing that I do, let me see if I get this camera aimed right, I hope I do, is to put a little bit of, I'm getting ahead of myself here, I want to get a little bit of, let's see, we want brown edging. Here's the tan coat, brown edging. So I'll put a little bit of that in my, I always put it right in the like that, okay, and sit it down right there, see, put it right there maybe. Now I'll get a little, I always use cut up sponge stuff for my yeah, see, I cut those little sponge pieces off of a sliced up, and then I just bend it, make it, then put it in the clothespin. See, I like that. It's the way I do mine. Then dive it a little bit. There we go, and then just, you know, run it right across there. See, makes a nice. Now this is tan coat that I'm putting across. Okay, just so you know. Let that dry on there, and gives it a nice stain and looks good. Try to keep from getting it smeared all over everything. There we go. See? Put it on there, just right at the edge. Only takes a minute, and it makes your project look really good. And I try to get it where it's covering everything. Yeah, there we go. That's the keeper there. Okay, now let me get the belt right here. I'll lay that keeper out of the way. Okay. Now, okay. It doesn't take long when you spray that dye. It doesn't take long for that dye to dry. Okay, we'll put this on here and go around. Okay. Or same here and around. I hope you can see that. Now, get a little more. And away we go. And see, it doesn't take long. It's just a lot of chemicals and stuff that I use, but I get a good turnout. I like it. Okay. Yeah, let's get that. Be very careful because I don't want to get it all over the belt. I just want it, you know, on the edge there. Okay. It's looking good. There we go. See how I'm just using that flat piece there? And I just go along the edge there, just right there. Get you a nice, see, right along there. Now this is the way I do it, and you'll see leather workers, they pick up their own little habits and stuff and techniques, and I think we all, but it's all basically the same, you know. You basically do the same procedures. There we go. What I do is you see me wipe the top off just to make sure I don't have anything laying on top of the belt on the finish. 'Cause you don't want that. There we go. Hope I'm not getting out of the camera thing. I got to focus on what I'm doing here. There we go, and around. There, see, we get that just right. Get this all edged, and then we go down the other side, doing the same thing, you know. And then what we'll do, we'll let this just set for a little bit, not very long, and then turn around, put a little bit of wax on top of this, and then put a little bit of, and then use that wheel on it to buff it out. Oh, it looks good. It comes out nice and smooth. That's the way I do it anyway. There we go. You kind of get that. We almost got this side already done. It really didn't take very long, did it? Okay, let's take this and put this out and go down the other side, huh? Get it done. And like I said, try to keep it off the edge. You know, you don't want to mess up the edge on that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, get that off of there. Dip it. And it's a little bit rough right now because, remember, we just cut it out off the stripper there. And so, yeah, I'll get that all on there. There we go. Whoop, I got a little bit on the thing there. There we go. Looks better. Yeah. Am I getting out of the camera? If I am, I'm sorry. I get concentrating on what I'm doing here and forget the focus part. Yeah, there, looks good. We're getting there, and this is the last side right here. Once we get this done, why, it'll be all right. And but you always want to make sure you get that edge nice, because on leather, a lot of times I'll glance at the edges on it to see how nice it is, you know. I don't know, I guess I'm just weird, but I like nice edges. I noticed some of them, though, they have the rough edges. They just leave it rough, and sometimes people like that, and that's okay. That's, you know, whatever you like. I've done some. They've had me make them like that, but there we go. Get that done and get in here. I'm getting out of focus, or out of, yeah. Probably, I'm not very good at filming myself. I'm getting my own world here, and away I go, you know. Okay, I gotta calm down. Yeah, there we go. All right, getting her there. Bring her on down here. Put a nice right in here. I'm getting the back at the point here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Got her. Okay, let's wipe that top off real nice. Make sure I don't have nothing on top. I know, I worry about that, but, you know, because I don't want it to smear. Okay, and see the edges? Look how nice in there. I leave the back natural. I don't really care about that. And besides that, it lets the leather breathe, you know. And, to be honest with you, my customers, I think, that way they know that it's leather. And, there we go. Okay, that's it. I'm going to pour this chemical back in there. There we go, in my bottle, because the chemicals are expensive. And here's what I used. I used Tandy's or Phoebe's Fittings tan coat on it. I used the brown color. I got several different colors up here. Okay, that's that. Now you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this. Remember I told you the wax. Here, just see, nothing more than just a regular candle. Okay, I'm going to smear that on there, just like that. It's real tricky, isn't it? Okay, there we go. And what'll happen now? Watch. I've got see. Here's a little tool that I use. Can you see real good? It's got little grooves in there. What I'm going to do is go like this. Run that like this while that spins. Now, again, noise, so hang on. Okay, and then what I do is I'll just follow that, and what I find is if you let that heat up a little bit, that will just make that edge so nice and smooth. Okay, get that real good, and then are done by hand, and I don't know if you can see how smooth that edge is, but that roughness is gone now. And now we have, oh, it makes for a nice belt. This here, it'll last a long time before that ever fuzzes up. And this makes for a good belt. Especially now on an inch belt. See, I make all my keepers about this size because I like turn that off. I like it a lot like that because if you if you make them real thin, they start rolling up after they get some use on them, and I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to do the whole belt, and then we'll have that part done. Okay. You know what I forgot to do? Yeah, I know. You can't believe that I forgot. Right in here, I skiv this down right here. What I'll do is I'll fold that over. Remember, I marked it, so I know exactly where it's at. See, this is the back of my belt. Okay, what I'll do is I'll come across here, and then I make a little mark right there. Okay, doesn't have to be big or anything. Now open it up. I'm going to thin that a little bit because it just makes your belt a little more comfortable. Okay, so let me peel off some of this. There we go. It just you don't need all that. It doesn't help with sturdiness or anything, and I need to buy a skiver sometime, but I want one that's easy. I don't want one that I got to fight and stuff. And now I'll go start with my line there, and then lift up, because I don't want to. There we go. See, and I leave this part where that buckle goes. I leave it thick, so if there's a lot of wear on this belt, well, that'll be all right. There we go. Thin that out a little bit. Now, I'm going to lay it the other way. Make sure I get both sides nice and straight the way I want it. Yeah, that's looking good. Let me cut that across so I can cut that off. And there. Now, when that goes around, I don't know if you can see that or not. See, it's thicker here. See, it's nice and thick. I should have done this earlier too, by the way. But look at here. Now, that equals about the thickness of the belt. It's not a big bulk under your belly. So I like doing that. Now I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to touch this up where I went again, and then I'll turn it back on again, okay? Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to get the same thing, a small sponge that I cut up, like that there. I finished the, see, nice smooth edges, looks good. I like that. There we go. And then, see here, got some satin sheen. See it there? And it's EcoFlow from Tandy Leather. And anyway, what I'm going to do is give it a coat of that. And that'll hold it. Give it a finish. About out, don't I? I got another one back here. Yeah, I don't like running out. Okay, here we go again. Get this on here, excuse me. There. See? Got it right like that. Dip in there. There we go. Let's get our keeper here. See? Got our keeper. Alright. And just run that across real quick right there. Oh, yeah. Looks good. Same thing here. Just run it across. See? Oh. Yeah. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Run around. Give it a nice edge on here. I don't know if you can see me. I get carried away here. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring this around here so you can kind of tell. Watch me. It's a little more comfortable for me. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There. Okay. And, whoop. There I go again. I'm long-armed, so I get... okay, there we go. And scrape that off a little bit. Keep it off the edges. Don't get crazy. There. But all it takes just a little bit on the edge there. There we go. I like this satin sheen, and you know why I do it? Because it kind of gives it leaves that leather look, you know, that because leather doesn't really have a super shine or nothing like that on it, and I kind of like that. Okay, here, let me turn this around so you can see me. See, I keep getting ahead of everything here, and I basically just let it run right along there. See, there. There we go. Shove it on down. Give it again. And then what I'll do is throw this in my air gun again and shoot it. And you don't have to. You can just give it a coat with a brush, you know. But I do because, you know, I got the air gun. It gives it a nice smooth finish, and I'm all for that, you know. There we go. Put it in. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Come around this side. Oh, and then I usually give a tip a couple coats, you know, because that's where, you know, that's where a lot of wear is on that belt when that guy. Okay, put it here. Get rid of some of the excess and run up there and run. See, just edge it like that, and you'll be surprised. It soaks in real fast, you know. There we go. Okay. And along there, I hope I'm catching all this. My camera, the reason I keep saying that, my camera views on the back, so I just use the lenses of all about here, you know, type deal. You know, so there we go. Okay. Whoop, got a little white spot. You always want to watch for little lint and stuff. You don't want to let that dry on there. It's like paint. You don't want, you know, you don't want that on there. There's another little there. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, and then right in here where that belt buckle's going to bend, I usually give that a few coats there. Kind of give a little extra support, you know, because that buckle's going to pull, you know, on there. So there we go. Yeah. And these belts, they last a long time, you know. These leather, you can't beat a leather belt, man. Yeah. A lot of my customers, they'll have these, and once they get one of these, why, they try to buy another one, and you know, from the regular box stores, and it doesn't work. Okay, now that's all done. We're ready to go, and I'm going to get rid of that. Put that up there, and I'm going to throw this in that gun again, and spray it. I have got to get some water in there, because remember, I used the other one was an alcohol base. I like using that because the alcohol base is a little more fights the weather, and I think, oh, that'll soak in better in those belts, you know. So I do that. There we go. Not that it'll hurt anything. And then I'm going to dump that in there. Okay. And remember, I showed you the satin sheen. I'm going to put the rest of that in there. Going to have to get my other bottle out, aren't I? Getting kind of low, huh? Okay, that ought to do it. Okay, now I'm going to turn that machine on. I'll be back because you already seen it. Okay, I'll show you how. Here's my keeper. Remember I made it? And what I do is I double up my leather, or my belt here, okay? Sit that on there, and then coil it behind it, like that. That gives me a real nice, I can pretty well put that where I want it, see? And give a nice tight fit. Now I got it around there real good. I can take my pencil, see, and mark where to finish, give it the finish cut right here. I hope you can see that, all right? So I'm going to cut that off there and that off there. There we go. Take that, set my belt aside, the pencil back, get the thing, and right here's my mark, there, and right here's my mark. There we go. Okay, throw that in the trash. There. Then I'll do this. At each end, I'll put in, I hope you can see this all right there. I'll put a couple holes in. Just jab it with this. It's like this tool's like an ice pick, see? There we go. Just shove her in there. And there. Now, and I usually, just to make life easier for me, I open that up just a little bit right there. And right there. Okay. Now I got to put that back and see. I don't know if you can see them holes. See, maybe the reflection there. I got two. Now what I'm going to do is bend this around like this and sew it together. And there's my keeper. Not bad. Let me get my needle here. It's right here. Okay. I got to go in here. There. And then it's just I just stitch it any old way. I do a couple crisscrosses and yeah, get really carried away. There. And this works out really good. And I like it because Al Stolman, in his book, did this, and it's the old cowboy way, and I kind of think it's neat. Yeah, I know it doesn't take much for me. Okay, there we go. There. See how I'm and I'm going to go through here again. There. And then cross this away. I'll show you just in a minute here now. I'll show you what I did. All I did was about 4 or 5 stitches and crisscrossed and put it all together, snug it up real good. See that? Can you see how I stitched across this way and then over here and then this away and then over here? Yeah, pretty creative, huh? I'm joking with you. All right, and I go through there and pull it, see, and just about right there, and take my needle and go through and then pull it tight. There. And do it again and put it from this side now. Go back in and go in again. And this makes a really nice keeper, and it's kind of special because it's all hand sewn and made, and I can't help but believe that people enjoy that. I do. I think it's neat, you know. Yeah, okay. All right, there. Now, another trick I have, and I've got this in one of my other videos, you know, but maybe you didn't watch that video, yeah. Okay, in here is water. I take this, just dip it, just real fast, okay? Just real fast. And then I'll take I made a little, let me move the water out of the way, okay? Then I made this board, see it? Yeah, see how that's there? And I'll put it on there, and it gives it kind of that neat square look, okay? You know, again, Al Stolman used to make his square. There we go. Tap it on the edges. I get carried away, okay? There. And then I turn it around, and I do it again. And what I try to do, too, while you do this, make sure that seam is right there in the middle, because you don't want it showing. Don't let it slip on top or bottom, okay? You know, see? Remember where I stitched it there? Yeah, keep that right there in the back, because once this dries, it'll kind of stay. And tap it there. Yeah. But it gives it gives it little corners, you know. It gives it that extra, rather than a sloppy round look to it, you know. Now, see that? I'll let it dry. See how nice that looks? And I'll let that dry now. And then let me put this back real quick. And it'll make a difference. I'm going to tie another. I always tie another knot in my thread, too. And then it's ready the next time I grab it. It's just, I don't know, it's an old man thing. Okay, put that back there, and that up there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to get our belt here, and let's bring you back down here now, okay? See right here, remember this is where my buckle goes. I put a little water in here. The way I do that, I have let me get some water, throw my sponge in there. Okay. And put a little bit of water in there. See? And I'm going to hold over my table. I usually hold over the floor. It's in my shop here. I got a little shop, not a big one or anything. There we go. Okay. Now, look at there. That leather's nice and soft. I can pinch that down and make that so nice. See that? How nice that lays? See? And then what I do, I have a little vise here, and not advice, just a vise. Yeah. Okay. And then I just kind of pinch it in there just lightly, not heavy. Don't get carried away. Okay, there we go. See? And now I got that. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Let me move the camera over here. I'm going to show you now. Let's put our keeper aside. Now, I got to get I'm going to reach around here, grab some tools right here. These are all, yeah, I need this one. I need this one here. Okay, there we go. Let me get back here and get you all arranged, okay? There, okay. Now, got it all done. you know, I gotta, there we go. Okay. And then, I'm gonna put small snaps in for her, and the buckle that they want is this one, the roller bar buckle. So it's nickel. So you know what I got to do? I got to go over here to my drawer, get the nickel out, and that usually, hang on now, it takes me a while to find them. I can nickel medium snaps. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, then in order to make sure that I get them kind of in the center, I'm kind of weird about this, I guess, but I like, see, I got to make a, there, and then let's see if that matches up. There, and there, yeah. Okay, here's what I got to do. Got to open it up, make a line here, okay, there. All right, now let me get another tool. See this tool here? This one here, yeah. Got to set it right here, right across that fold that I made. Okay, right there. There we go. Now get. I'm not supposed to use metal hammer, and I'm lax. Okay, I do. There, I got the right hammer. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now, see, we fold that over. See what I made? That's for that little tongue. See that little tongue there? That's for that to come out on. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my compass again and make a place for the snap. Let's make one right there. That'd be perfect, yeah. Is that straight? Yeah. Okay, and then let me get my tool. Right there, okay. And let me use the right hammer. I shouldn't have showed you the metal hammer. I do that every now and then, but you know, you don't want to do that because it honestly it puts dents on top. But you know, I get busy and carried away, and no excuse. Okay. Okay. Now what we want to do? Let's I'll open it up. And I'm gonna put this right there, and see what this is. Here's a snaps. Okay. Now what we're going to do? These, I'm going to put the small one. These are belt snaps. See how they have that design on the back? They're nice and smooth. See, some of them don't if you don't have the right snap, or nice snap. Hang on now. Got to find another one. Here we go. Put that on there. Now that takes this tool here. See, it's got a little hole in it. See right there? I hope you can see that. And I'll put that. Let me see. Let me make sure you can see this now. Okay. I'll put this over that little, there we go, okay, and tap it a couple times. There you go. See, now I made it nice and snug. Isn't that nice? Now let's grab another one. Oh, you know what, wouldn't hurt to grab the other side, the one with the little, put that in there. See, that's the top, a lid on there. Now let me grab the bottom. Okay, now here's the other one. I'm going to shove it through the hole, like that. See there? That's the bottom that snaps into that. So let's lay that up there. Okay, right like that. There we go. And that's this tool. Put that in there and tap it. Times. Oh, get out. Look at that. Yeah, there. Now we got that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide my keeper on, okay, and there we go. There we go. Slide that. See, I keep getting out of the camera way, so you guys can't. I'm sorry. There we go. Now put that on like this. My keeper I'm putting on, I mean. Snap this one, and then, see, because I want to make sure I leave a little bit of room. Remember that keeper's got a little bit there. Let's go here, get my compass again, and line up my leather. I don't want it sloppy, you know. There we go. Mark that here, and I put a little wax on the end. They come out better. Otherwise, you could be here fighting. There we go. Okay, put it back on there. It didn't go all the way through. Shame on me. There we go. Felt that. That went through. Okay. And we do the same thing again. We got to take it all apart now. Okay, take my keeper off. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, the reason I say we do is I've got to put another snap on. Okay. And so here, right here, we put this snap. Remember that one with the finish there? Now I lay it right here on the level spot, you know, because that way, whoop, let me get it again. I'm sorry, I dropped her. There we go. And if I can get it on there, there we go. And of course we need a top. Remember that little peg? Yeah. See my fat old finger if it'll get in there, huh? There we go, it's got it. Okay. And again, that's this little tool. See how it's got that hole and it goes right over that snap there, and it really, there we go, found her. Okay. I'm going to hit it again. It didn't hug it. There we go. Yeah, I like it get in that leather a little bit so it, you know what I mean? Get a little bit of quality. Okay, there we go. Now we'll put that on. Okay, that's the cap. And then, of course, we need the little piece go in again. It's basically the same as the other one, okay? You know, I mean, and I put that on in that cap there. There we go. Then this tool, see how it's got that nipple on the end? That goes in that snap like that. And, yeah. There we go, if I can get it out of there. Okay, now put the keeper back on. All right. And, hey, the buckle, huh? Okay, if I can get this. There we go. In here. And when you do these, this sounds so silly, but make sure, see this little flap? See right here? Make sure that's flat and it lays on. Okay, yeah, not that I ever did it, okay. Well, get over there. If I can get that still, it is snapped, okay. And get one more here. And sometimes they're real tight, and I'll tap them with my, if I can get my belt back up here, there we go. And I'll tap them. I have another tool here. Let's see, I'm going to use this. Better use the big one there, I guess. And I'll just give it a little tap, and it'll snap right in, and bend them snaps just right. See? And now, look how nice, huh? Anyway, I'm proud of it. Okay. I get excited. I really like doing this. So see, you got snap, snap, then your keeper there. And then, let me show you. And look, I got to put the holes in, remember? We got to do this right. Yeah, it goes right through there. Okay. Well, next, I got to measure out and stamp. Okay, now we're going to measure, and I've got it from the tip of the buckle down there, and we're going to measure right here. Here's the measurement, and we're going to do 1, 2 back. I put 5 holes in, and I use an inch measurement. I don't know why. They say 3/4, but who grows 3/4? One time McDonald's, and it's an inch more for me. Okay, there we go. And now, here's the way it ends. From here to the first hole, can you see? I got from here to the first hole is 5 inches. Then it's an inch for each, and I put in 5 holes. The center one is the one you use all the time, and that gives you plus and minus 2 holes. I think that's pretty good, don't you? And then that way, if you hit McDonald's too many times, why? And by the way, I'm not getting paid for that either. Okay, anyway, we got that done now. Now I'm going to bring it over here and put these holes in it. Remember that punch? Here, I'll bring it on over. There we go. All right. And what I do, make sure you do this. Now this is going to be an interchangeable one, so if they change it out, but I'm going to give her, I do this. See here, the punch in there. And you know what? Have you ever seen anybody cut a hole? Don't do that. It won't stand. if it has to be round. It has to be round. Round, it gives you a little more support. So the hole, a little stronger hole, see? Okay. Anyway, I'll shut up. I'll get going here. There we go. All right. There's that. And this one. And somebody's going to have a nice belt. And it's going to last a long time. And these belts, the longer you wear them, the more they shape to your side, and they're comfortable. And there we go. And there we go. Look at there. There's 5 holes. Now what I do, brush it up, and look at there. There we go. Let me show you. Come around, and let's just pick a hole here. There we go. And in. Look at that. You just seen me build a belt. How's that, huh? Isn't that nice, though? And that's going to work out good. Okay. You just seen me build a belt. Please hit like and subscribe. I'm supposed to add that, too. I always forget. Take care now.